Hi guys, Dr. Joel here today with Whalen Chiropractic and Rehabilitation. Today we are starting a series of videos regarding low back rehabilitation techniques that can be performed at home. So the one that we'll be going over today to start with is basic diaphragmatic breathing. So what we're trying to teach here is the ability to create inner abdominal pressure to brace the lumbar spine and to protect against any sort of injuries or issues in that area. This is going to be something that's applicable for acute injuries, chronic injuries, almost anything that involves the lumbar spine should benefit from creating this pressure. And this will allow us to move into more advanced movements, more advanced techniques to further stabilize the lumbar spine and to create that brain muscle connection when we're performing these more dynamic activities. So to start with here, I'm lying on my back in a relaxed position and I'm taking both of my thumbs and I'm applying them downward into my abdominal cavity to create a little bit of pressure into that area. We'll use that pressure as feedback for when we're able to get the expansion and the bracing to happen throughout the abdominal region. While holding that pressure downward, what I want to do is take a deep breath in through my nose and try to expand my abdominal cavity outward. You should feel tension across here with the thumbs. You should feel some resistance as you're applying that pressure downward, and that is exactly what we're looking for. This is a challenging technique for some people. It's something that may be foreign to you. Don't be discouraged if you're not able to get it to happen on the first session of performing it, but you should find each time you do this that you're able to get a little bit more activation, a little bit more participation with the various muscles involved with bracing abdominal area and breathing. We'll use hand placements in a number of different areas to give further feedback to the brain as we're doing this. The first one being a hand on top of the chest. While expanding the abdominal cavity, we should have pretty minimal activation of the muscles involved with breathing on the chest and neck. And we'll use the hand up there to feel for that lack of activation or that lack of change. And that should be presenting in the sense of you don't feel a whole lot happening when you have a hand on your chest. When you first start out with it, you may find that there's quite a bit of expansion happening. And what we'll try to do here is just focus on that expansion and try to minimize it while still getting a full deep breath using just the abdominal cavity. From here, we'll typically try to move that other hand underneath the low back. And same idea, we're trying to feel for change. So with the inhale, as you're expanding the abdominal cavity, you should find that the muscles in the low back on either side of the spine relax or go from a tense state to a more soft state. And that is exactly what we're looking for, is that release or that relaxation of the muscles as we're taking over the stabilizing effort with the abdominal cavity and the abdominal muscles. Give this technique a try. I typically will recommend people spend a minute or two lying, breathing, trying to relax as they're doing it, and then eventually incorporating this into more so active movements or active postures, whether it be sitting, standing, walking. In the next video, we'll incorporate this technique into some basic extremity movements. And then further along into the series, we'll incorporate this into more advanced movements, both activity specific and complaint specific. Give this technique a try. Leave me a comment on any issues you run into while performing it, and we'll address them as they come up. Have a good one.